So last night I wrapped up this just to make sure that nothing got in there. We're gonna unwrap it, take it apart, and I'm gonna take you inside and show you the framing that I got done so that we could be sure and support this with a wall stud on the inside. And so basically that's all gonna come apart. We're gonna begin sealing everything, putting it back, and putting the permanent anchors in. I just put some deck screws in for the time being just to hold it in place and make sure everything fit, and it does. So check this out, let's go look at this. Okay, so got the Mr. Heater propane heater fired up in here, and it is doing the trick. It's keeping us warm while we're waiting to get this thing put in and all put together. But yeah, here's our framed wall. I've not mounted it down here on the concrete yet, but I've got the two studs going up, and I put some studs in behind here so that it would be up against the metal so that we can drill in. It's gonna come down to about this area where those anchors are gonna come in. I'm gonna probably use 4.5 inch lag bolts and get those in there. They'll support it really well. I'm hoping that everything else for those 4 corner bolts, I think it's already going to go into studs. We'll definitely find that out when we start bringing it in with the longer drill bit. Here's a cool idea. If you do that, I had this extra large funnel and I stuck that right on top and put the bag over that. That helped it have a nice cone shape so nothing would get in there. So after removing this and looking up here, the 4 corners of the thimble, there's the holes for them, and they do go straight into this framing that we originally created. So that's why they framed it at 14.5 inches, is because that hole for each corner is going to go straight into there, giving you a good support. Now, the 2 lower bolts that hold the top of the support on, they're right here. And I'm gonna step up here and see where they land. But first I wanna show you the inside of the thimble. This is the lower section, that's where those holes are coming through. And then there's your 4 corners all the way around, right here. So everything looks great in here. I'm gonna pull all of these off and I'm gonna give it some really thick, nice sealant on the inside of it. And then I'll be sealing the bead all the way around it as well. So let's take a look up here. Let me move this. See where this is coming in. So that's it there. And it looks like it's just above it. It's not in the best place because it's gonna fall between this board and a board that I'm gonna have to, a block that I'm gonna have to put on top of here. I'll just have to mount it really nice and tight on each side. I can, in fact I will, attempt to angle it down. I think if I angle it down, I'll be able to get into this board and I probably won't have to block that. So, because it's so close to being right down there to it. I believe you can see it coming in here. So yeah, angling it down, that's gonna be my plan. So this is the type of sealer that we're going to be using around the trim of everything. It's just called Dynaflex Ultra. I might have showed this to you already, but it's for siding and trim, and it's black. But for any heat sensitive area, we took the advice from the guys over at DuraVent, their tech support, and we're using what's called a 500 RTV. That's rated for 500 degrees for high heat, silicone sealant. And this one I just ordered off of Amazon. The brand is called Rutland. I do want to point out something to you. The stuff that you can buy at your typical box store that says fire blocker or something else, fire something. If it says fire in front of it, I was told that that's not what you need here. That's actually designed to, if it gets extremely hot, that's designed to expand, to block fire from going through crevices or, you know, places in your wall or whatever. That's not what you're looking for here. You're looking for something that you can seal right up against the outside DuraPlus triple wall pipe and keep that seal between it and the actual surround part, this section right here, the thimble, right where it goes through here. That's where we're going to be using that on the outside. And to my knowledge, that's the only place we need to use this. But yeah, I couldn't find this in any box store. I thought this might help you knowing what to look for. That should do it. Let's put these down in there and take a look at it. I'm going to start with this one because this is the one that has my support holes, my holes for the support bracket. And I want to make sure that I put that one on the right spot. Okay, let's pop the other one in. Looking great. Let's see. We had this one. This one's on this side. Not that those really matter much, but they've already been pre-fit, so I might as well put them where they came off at. And the other side. Ooh, good. It's getting it all over me. Yeah, baby. All right, so I'm just gonna wipe down around this J channel, and I'm gonna put sealant all around this area here. And I believe we're gonna be in great shape. And I'm gonna press that thimble up against there, and we'll see what we get. Trying to get this corner here as well where those two J's meet up. Do the same thing over here. Okay. Bringing it up, making sure to put the bottom piece that I've already drilled on the bottom. And get this all lined up and get to pushing it in. Gotta get a little dirty here, but that's okay. All right, it's pretty nice and flush. I think that actually made it come out just slightly. Putting that sealant in there, but nothing bad. You can see it poking through these holes as I do that. I think we're in great shape. Later, I will come and put some of that sealant around the edge of this as well on both sides. But let's get this screwed in. I'm repurposing some older lag bolts here. Let's find our holes. I'm gonna have to drill these out just a little bit. I did pre-drill the wood a little bit, make myself a nice pilot hole. especially on these two supports here, angling down like I talked about. I didn't go in too far, my drill bit wasn't too long, but we're gonna make these holes in the metal a little bit larger. Let's get the shallow socket, see if we can go in a little bit better. There it is. All right. Let's go up this way. I'm looking forward to going inside and seeing if this is coming out or if it's getting in the stud. All right, now that flushed it up pretty good. That's solid. We're in wood. There's nothing coming out anywhere. This popped out just a little bit, so it might be kind of close over this way, but we're good to go. Nice. I sealed back in here already. That one was almost empty, so I got a brand new, and I cut me a tiny little hole because I want to go around here and try to seal this area here. I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of these holes here a little bit. All right. Okay, pushing the T onto the support, and it's on. Now let's get it in there. All right, let's just start this bolt here. Kind of difficult to do with one hand because my other one's on the other side of this thing. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay, let's not go all the way until we get the other side in. I'm gonna grab the other bolt, see if we can line it up. Yeah, it's lining up good. It's starting. That one's on. That one's on. This thing is right where it needs to be. We've got to put some support under the bottom of this bracket down here to hold it in the level position. This is where I'm going to be putting the sealant, that high heat temperature sealant all around this. But we're on, and I'm thrilled. This is awesome. You know what's funny is every time I press stop on my camera, I look back and say, okay, did I do it right? And so I'm looking at it right now to see if it was done right. And I think it's right. I think it's right. Let's go inside and see where these bolts came through, and let's see if they went into wood or not. Okay, you're walking up here with me together, and we're, okay. So this one's not in wood good. That kind of stinks. Same here. I thought it went in awful easy. So I did not angle down good enough. Now I did drill at an angle better. So I'm gonna back these out one at a time, angle them better, and we're gonna see if we can get them down in this wood. That's gonna be difficult since we're coming in straight here, but we'll make it work. I have drilled in at an angle. I've went through that piece of metal on the inside. Let's see if we can get this in there. It's not finding that second hole. All right, it's definitely at an angle. Let's see where she's coming out before I tighten it all the way up. Okay, awesome. This one's gone, and it's not out anywhere, and this was already popped out some, so I'm expecting it's going all the way down into this piece of wood, possibly even into this one, but it's secure. It's definitely good. We got 3 nice deep nails here. Now we get to do that one. And you thought this was going to be easy? No. Hey, we got a little wasper friend up here. All right, let's do it. Well, there went my socket. It's angled down good, so let's just tighten it on in. Oh, she's tight. So now let's check for level. And the top needs to come this way, so we can kind of pull this down a little bit, and the weight of the pipe is probably going to take it down. Now in there, that means the thimble or the T is actually kind of going to come up. That's not necessarily a good thing, because my pipe on the inside is angled up because it needs that rise of 1/4 of an inch per horizontal foot. And so they can't both be coming up and meeting. And so we've got to find that happy medium there. But what I'm noticing is when I do pull this down, I really don't need hardly any, maybe a couple of washers in support behind this bracket. It's just going to depend. I think I'm going to get some high heavy pipe on first and see what gravity does to this. I'm not going to be going all the way up, but I will get above the eave today. So I think we're going to start with this 36-inch long DuraPlus pipe. And I want to always remember I've got seams on this on one side, so I want the seam to be as close toward the back as possible. That did not work for this guy, but you don't have a choice with this one. So let's see if we can put this one up on here. And the seam's right here, so if I bring it this way. Now before I lock this, I'm going to look into the support brackets to determine if I need to put one on this low, and if I can put it over it, or if I need to wait and put it up top there. I tell you what, I'm going to take this one off. There's a couple of tiny dings in this one, and since this one is down here at our eye level, I'd rather this one to be way up there above the roof line. So I'm going to open some of the other ones. I've got 3 of these. And I'm just hoping I didn't put another ding in it. And so let's see if we can find a clean one real quick. Here's a brand new, fresh, out of the box, 36-inch DuraPlus pipe. And I confirmed that we can put those wall straps that we secure these to the wall, those supports, every 4 feet. So we're not gonna need one till we get above this section here, which is great. That way it won't be an eyesore. And one of the big purposes besides support for that is to keep it 2 inches away from the wall. That's the benefit of this triple wall Class A chimney pipe or pipe that goes out on the outside is that you can have it up to, or as close as 2 inches to the wall. So that's very nice, and that's why we can't use the DuraVent, I'm sorry, the DVL pipe out here or any kind of single wall. You've got to have something that's designed for this particular placement. All right, let's pop this down here. Nice. Now let's twist it. It seems to be on and locked. Heck yeah. That's cool. Let's see what it looks like down there. Let's check level on this one. Just curiosity. Just out of curiosity. Let's see where we stand. Oh, that's almost level if you can see that. Bubbles right there. So the weight of this, yeah, as it gets higher, we're gonna be able to put that strap on there and that'll keep it level. So we're looking great, guys, looking great. Check this side. This side's slightly off. Kind of leaning in that way slightly. So here's why it's happening. You may remember this support piece here is setting up on this rib. Now if I pull this off of this rib, that probably just dropped it over this way. That one's on a flat section of the pole barn siding, and so I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'll have to figure out what to do there. So I had previously cut a little 3/4 inch piece of wood. I'm not going to be using this wood. I just wanted to put this under this to see where it took the pipe regarding the level. So we've got this side on this rib and this side on this wood, and when you put this up here, it's looking great, looking really good. We can adjust it with the wall straps, but yeah, it's in pretty great shape. And of course, when we get more weight on it, this has a little gap right here. It'll be able to be coming out this way, which will make this more level as well. So we're really looking good. I've just got to get a piece of steel or some washers or something that will equal 3/4 of an inch. Put them right here. I wanted to let you know that I did not forget about putting this sealant up in here. That's a pretty important spot if you ask me. That's where water is going to accumulate and run off. And if I don't seal that up good before it runs off, it could go inside the building. So we're going to do that right now. All right, before I can mount my support straps on the outside pipe, I've got a frame all the way up to the rooftop, the ceiling up there, or where there is no ceiling. So I'm going to continue these 2x6s all the way up. And Mr. Heater in there cooking up there in the loft, it gets hot. So this wood stone is going to bake us out of that loft. There's no question about it. Anyway, I had to get rid of that jacket again. I've had it on and off 2 or 3 times today. I'm about to climb up there. I want to pop that 9-inch DuraPlus up on top of that 36-inch. And I did do some framing on the inside, but I've not put my 2x4 behind the 2x6 yet to get it up against the metal. I'm gonna find out exactly where I'm gonna be going in before I do that. That way I hit the exact right spots. So what I have right now is the 9-inch and the support bracket and a 30-degree angle so that we can get out and on the outside of this soffit right up here. So first things first, let's store this puppy right here. Let's set this here for the moment. Lean this over here. And let's flip this over. Minding my seam. Yeah, there it is. And it's on. Turn. We're going to put this bracket in place we'll come back and we'll tidy that up here in a moment. I want to get it just right here for now. Shouldn't go any further than there. Now we need this angling out this way. I'm going to be putting a 3-foot extension on this, so curious how far that's going to go out. Let's see, let's pop this on the correct way. Where's my seam? It's way over there. I'm not going to have a good choice on my seam. Let's see here. Well, it's also limited on the twist due to the fact of the way these twist on. So we got a little bit of a bend here. It's not wanting to go, so I got to bend some of these lips out just slightly. This is no place to be doing that. I should have tested that on the ground. Let's see if this will work. If not, I'll have to go down and do some work. So I think I would rather it angled that way. So it's going to come over and up. It's not going to be able to be straight. Sadly, it's not going to be able to be straight, just due to the fact that these lock on in a certain way, and it's going to be in one of, you know, about 6 or 8 positions here and nothing in between. So let's I don't want it coming over this way. I'd prefer it going that direction. I don't think that's going to look great, but let's see if we can get it down on here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's going to lock way over here. And when it locks over there, this is going to be shooting up that way. I don't know if you can tell from the angle that we're at, but okay, so that's 36 inches right there. And that's going to be good as far as the clearance away from this eave up here. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then we're going to angle another 30 degrees back straight up. It's this twist that's got me concerned. So I'm going to go get what I need to mount this, or at least to get holes in the wall so I can find where that's landing on the inside, and come back up. I'm going to look at this from down there and see what we see. Let's just step back and think about this for a moment. How's that going to look? Honestly, I don't think it's going to look bad. I'll get out of these leaves. You know, if I'm straight out in front of the building, it's going to angle up that way and back up straight. Yeah, that kind of stinks. I'm wondering if I were to adjust, say, the one below it, potentially. Now, I don't know. You've got all these different connections, and if you connect them just right, maybe you'll find the spot you want to find. So let me play with this, and I'll let you know in just a second. So I'm just looking at it from down here. I'm going to try to take the 9-inch one off, adjust it the other direction, and see if that will line this up better. So if we go back the way we were, where we were, if I bring it all the way, whoa, all the way, we'll end up there. So no, it's the same deal. You're just stuck. One thing I could do potentially is not twist lock this. If I don't twist lock it, then I'm going to be fine as far as my position out. So instead of doing that, just get it down here on here tight, bring this down a little further around the connection, and tighten it up on this connection, not allowing that to have any capability of moving. I think think I'm gonna do that. Now that's not DuraVent approved, so I'm not recommending you do it, but in my situation, I think it's going to look a lot better, and I think it's gonna work just fine. I could be wrong, but we can always fix it. The thing about this idea is that this screw that came with this is now not long enough. It may not have been long enough had it went around there, because it's very short. So let me see what I've got on me. I hope I've got something that will work. What I'm liking though, you see these bolts right here that's got the siding? That means there's a 2x6 back here, which means I'm actually going to probably be able to get right into that 2x6 with this bracket and mount it right in there. So that will be phenomenal. I will get it going. I'll see where it comes out. Then I'll put an additional piece of support back there to hold it, so I can put a good 3-inch lag bolt in there. Possibly. I may just drive it through the 2x6 and be done with it. But I think I need to find a longer one. At least another inch. All right. Wish me luck with this. So I found one bolt and one nut in the back of my truck, and if they actually fit each other. It may not be long enough, but it's going to be darn close. So I'm gonna have to drill that hole out a little bit larger, because it's not made for a bolt that big. Let's get it going. I'm going to turn that 30 degree about another 1/2 inch this way towards you. Okay, what comes first? I only have 2 hands, guys. I've got to change this socket out because now we have a larger nut. Let's try this. Let's see if this will fit in here. And if so, I can finger tighten it. Yeah, it's going to. Hallelujah. But I'll have to take it back apart to, well, no, it's not going to fit through, is it? Oh, it's close. It's close. No, I'm going to have to drill it first. So, all kinds of cool stuff going on here. Come on, why don't you stay there? Stay. Okay, if it'll stay there, I will be good. Okay, here's my drill bit. Oh, here they are. Great, I brought my safety glasses. Okay, so let's just take it and go through there. Okay, I think that will now go through. Let's get it back where it goes. Come on, back up here. Back up here. Okay. Stay. Nice. Let's start this nut. Now, let's get it in the position better, all the way around. I think it's there all the way. And the good thing is it's actually landing on there. Now, however, where's my level? I've got to check level to see if I need to put any washers behind this to bring it out. Also, side to side. Okay, coming right back. I got a little smarter and I grabbed myself my tool belt that's been hanging in there. And so now I'm a little more prepared. So let's see where the level is on this way. Wow. It's like really good. Now let's check out on the side. Pretty perfect. So turn that over so it's not magnetized. So, if at all, possibly just that way a little, but barely. Man, that's great. Okay, so this side, we'll put a couple of washers and we'll do the same on this side. First things first, I'm going to drill a hole the size that my bolt, because I'm putting a pretty large, hefty bolt right here so that it'll go through there. So I'm going to put that in my drill and get it through this side over here. Let's see. So I'm going to tighten her down here. And that way it'll quit moving on me. That'll definitely hold it for now. We'll see if we'll want to adjust it at all later. I bought several galvanized washers and nuts. The reason I bought the nuts was so that I could use one instead of using 15 of them. And it looks like that's probably going to be just fine. Yeah, that one nut should do it. All right, so I've got the nut behind there. It's a galvanized nut. That's holding it out from the wall the right amount. And let's see if we can drive this on in. This, it's pretty nice. You see where it's at. Let's look at the level here. Got all kinds of stuff stuck to my magnet. That's great. And that's great. So we'll get on the other side with the ladder and do that one. I'm curious what you guys think. Yeah, that's not holding that very well. Not sure what to do. I could drill a couple little holes and drive it through this lip here to hold it down on this. But I'm gonna have to do something to make that stronger. So let's get the ladder and we'll get up there. I wanna see where that lag bolt came out. Okay, we're going over here right now. See where this thing came through. Where is it? It must have come, it's on that bottom 2x6, right there. It must have come in literally into this 2x6 that I added, because I don't feel it there. It's not up here. Thank goodness it's not up here where these wires are. And I'm down at the bottom of that window, but wow, that was a good hit. I measured it and it does show that it is 16 inches on center, that bracket, that's where it's at. So it should have landed there. So that's phenomenal. That's got a good hold, no doubt about it. Nice. So maybe we should land here on the other one as well. I'm a lefty and I've got to be working on my right side here, so this will be fun. Now, all right, So let's go through a little deeper just to spread that hole out a bit more. Okay, I think I want to try to put one washer behind that. I've got a whole boat full of them. One ought to do it. It's tight. That will go nowhere. So let's check level again. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Try this side. Can't see. That one's a little bit. It's darn close. I mean, from over here it looks perfect. I can't tell about from there. Yeah, it's good. How come this side don't look the same? Oh, that's because I have a washer that's it was magnetized to the bottom of this. Now it's perfect. Nice. See, I'm shooting you guys straight. We just want to get this straight. Now, I have to get this on better. No doubt about it, because that's not good. If I had it to do over, this would have raised up a little bit, and I'd have put it over that lip. I don't know that it would have made a big difference, but I could always twist it and put it back at the angle I had it, but I really like this. And so I'm gonna look into just some real short screws that will only go through this outer portion into this one, and it will not penetrate the inner 6-inch diameter double wall that's in there. So altogether, this is a triple. The double's in there, and I've got a little bit of room. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then it'll be good. But I can also tighten this down a little bit more and see if that helps. As you guys know, I have not done anything yet down here. I've got the hardware to put behind this now, between the nuts and the washers, to build this out. But that's gonna be one of the last things I do, because after I get all this weight and the brackets on there, that will let me know how far in and out I need to do it. Also, I'll probably think about attaching the inner chimney pipe, the DVL double wall, just to make sure it's, again, still lining up before I do that. As long as I got this here, it's not going anywhere, so it's secure. The sun's getting low, and it won't be long before it sets, and I'll be in the dark. So I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cover the top of it, and in a moment, it'll be another day for you. So we will be right back at it. This is where the fun part's coming. We're gonna get this thing over here on the outside completely wrapped up. It's gonna be nice. If somebody doesn't comment that's using your noggin, I'll be very upset. All right.